Welcome to another edition of Rants, where I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. So what is the biggest, most important issue for Chicago politicians? Well, right now, apparently it's not reducing crime in their city. No, it's trying to keep the Bears from moving out of the city. Now, during the past year, the team has been eyeing this property in Arlington Heights, which is one of the suburbs of Chicago. Actually, it's right near O'Hare Airport, and they're looking at that for a possible site for a brand new stadium. And honestly, the Bears are actually probably due for a new home. Now, yes, Soldier Field is one of the most iconic stadiums in the NFL, but the place is like 100 years old now, and it's actually one of the smallest stadiums in the NFL. I think the seating capacity is somewhere around 67,000. But Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is doing what she can to try to keep the Bears in Chicago proper. And I will tell you about that right after this word from our sponsor, H2O Health and Water Solutions. Does your toilet have rings that always need cleaning? Do you have hard water spots on your shower doors? Calcium buildup on your faucets? Just imagine what all of that is doing to the inside of your washing machine, dishwasher, refrigerator, your hot water heater. What about the pipes inside of your body? Buy a filter or be a filter. You can have clean, mineral-rich water without the buildup of unwanted toxins in your body and throughout your whole home. Call Vicki Johnston today at H2O Health and Water Solutions at 928-899-7504 or stop in and see her at the Prescott Gateway Mall. So this week, Mayor Lori Lightfoot unveiled 3 proposals to upgrade Soldier Field, one of which would include the construction of a dome over the stadium. And I'm sorry, but no. Now, Chicago, like Green Bay, they have a tradition of playing games in cold, miserable winter weather. And you know what? In spite of all that, that doesn't seem to keep the fans from coming to those games. So, dome over the stadium, not really a fan of that. And to me, that's already a bad idea from a woman who honestly is just a walking bad idea herself. In fact, Lori Lightfoot may have already shot herself in the foot in trying to keep the Bears in Chicago. Now, at a recent press conference she had, Lightfoot said, quote, "The Bears would be foolish not to consider this plan." Well, that's a great negotiating tactic. Insult the party that you're trying to cut a deal with. Oh, but Lori Lightfoot wasn't done there, because stupid runs out of her mouth like a faucet that doesn't have a shutoff valve. She said if the Bears move out of Soldier Field, quote, "there are plenty of cities that have 2 NFL teams," end quote. So apparently she's suggesting if the Bears leave Soldier Field, she'll get another NFL team to come in there. Now, I don't know who that's going to be. You know what? It might be the Raiders. I mean, they seem to like moving all the time. And, you know, given it's the Raiders, probably 5 years from now, they'll get fed up with Las Vegas and they'll want to go somewhere else. Lightfoot also suggested that people would not follow the Bears if they move to Arlington Heights. Again, that is a dumb quote from a dumb woman. Arlington Heights is barely 30 miles away from downtown Chicago, and probably a lot of Bears fans already come from the suburbs around Chicago. So probably not going to be that big a trip. And honestly, 30 miles is nothing to go see an NFL team. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, for example, they're about a 2-hour drive from where we're at here in Prescott, Arizona, and people from here still make that trek to go down there and watch the Cardinals. So the whole they won't follow the Bears if they move less than 30 miles out of the city, again, Dumb comment. Not going to happen. I mean, people drive 1, 2, 3, probably even like over half a state in order to see their NFL team. So that's not going to be an issue. And here's the other thing. The Chicago Park District, they're actually the ones who own Soldier Field. So that means the city's going to be footing the bill for this. And the cost to renovate Soldier Field is anywhere from $900 million to $2.2 billion, depending on which of the three plans they go with that Lori Lightfoot is proposing. But you know where I think those millions or billions could be better spent in Chicago? Hiring more cops, especially more detectives, and hiring more prosecutors. I mean, prosecutors that will actually put criminals in jail, unlike what they do in New York and many parts of California. But Lori Lightfoot, well, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to deal with the crime issue in her city. And I've seen a few reporters ask her about crime, and all she'll do is yell at them about how shootings and murders have gone down in the city from the last year. And according to the latest statistics, that is true. There have been less shootings and murders in Chicago this year so far compared to last year. However, overall violent crime, not just shootings and murders, but overall violent crime, period, is still very high in Chicago. And while Lightfoot may go off about how murders are down, the city is still on pace to have more than 600 murders this year. And that is just completely unacceptable. But you know what? When Lightfoot gets confronted by stats like that, like a coward, she just runs away. In fact, a reporter actually was grilling her earlier this week, or I think last week maybe, about some of these crime statistics. Not only did Lori Lightfoot just run away from this guy, but she also had some of her flunkies get between her and the reporter so she wouldn't have to deal with answering these questions, very important questions to her constituents. And you know what? This is just probably another reason why the Bears want to get the heck out of Chicago's city limits, because a lot of people are afraid to go into that city just to watch a football game, and it's a city run by one of the dumbest mayors in the country who does nothing to battle the crime problem. Lori Lightfoot is just a pathetic piece of garbage, in my opinion, and Bears fans, they might get upset with me when I say this, but I think the Bears would be better off building their own stadium, a brand new stadium outside of Chicago, and putting it in a place that doesn't look like a real-life version of Grand Theft Auto. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Rants. Folks, we're going to be taking off for a little bit. I'm going to be on vacation from now until after the first week of August. So no new Rants for a while, but I will be back soon. And until then, be sure to follow KYCA on all of our social media: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram. Check us out on kyca.info. Be sure to smash the like button and leave a comment on this video. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hey, do you think the Bears should move out of Chicago to Arlington Heights, or should they take Lori Lightfoot up on her offer and build that and have those renovations and have a dome over Soldier Field? I just can't get over that one. Anyway, folks, till next time, this is John Rust. I'll see you then.